Hello and good evening. I love the countdown. It's Tuesday. It's Joy Ruffin coming to you from the Sunshine State, Florida, with how to discover your signature style and stamp. Style with joy, your joy. Oh, how I love saying that. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you. It's always good to have you here. It's always good to see you here. It's an honor to have you here because we know that this might not be the best time, but you make and you take the time to be here. And so we say, thank you, and thank you. Style with Joy, every Tuesday night, your joy is all about signature style. Your signature style, how you come to it, how you discover it, and what it means to you. Now, need I say it's going to be different for each and every one of us? This show and what I'm doing in working with you is supporting you in developing your own signature style, which has much, much, much more to do with your signature style than simply fashion. Yes, 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 we all, most all, love fashion. And fashion, you got to wear it, you got to clothe yourself in one way or another. But when it comes to developing your style and finding what works best for you and what projects you out there in the best light and allows you to sparkle, shine, and glow, that's signature style. And it can be ever so simple or it can be very dramatic. It depends on you. And all of the variables that we discuss as time rolls by, you will get more into your signature style. Because these are things that Mama didn't teach us. We didn't know. Many of you who know me, you know that I come from a line of queens. And boy, you remember that expression, Sunday best? I often wondered as a young girl and now as a mature, happy senior, I wonder, where did that Sunday best come from? And where and when did we lose the Sunday best and get into the super, super casual? Because if you're dressing up, oh, I'm starting to preach now, let me hold back. I do that from time to time. But what happened to the Sunday best Monday through Saturday? I think the reason it went over to the dark side is because of comfort. Everybody wants to be comfortable, but somewhere we miss the little nugget that you can be comfortable and still be stylish, your style, something that works for you best. So what are we talking about tonight? We're going, by the way, hello again and welcome. It's good to see you here. Oh, my Roz. Stephen, thank you for showing up. Everyone here, it's always good to see you. One of the things that we're going to discuss tonight briefly, and this is just to always titillate the noodle, the tip of the iceberg that I'm sharing with you, because when we go in deep, we're going to go in really, really deep to discover your signature style. And tonight it's going to be really kind of a cross between the handbag and shoes, and especially sandals tonight. And why have I chosen those two? Because this show is for the ageless woman. That woman, regardless to her age, who wants to be, no matter whether she's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and even if she's in the hundreds, she wants to be ageless, presenting herself in the best light and showing up at her best always. And what happens a lot of times, I see it, and I know you see it as well. What happens is that, especially when it comes to handbags and shoes, that will label a woman before almost anything else. She can get away with the hair, the makeup. She can get away with the outfit somewhat. But that shoe, that sandal, that handbag will just tag her right away. Old, frumpy, outdated, worn out. That you don't want. Not if you're interested in signature style. And if you were not interested, you wouldn't be here. Signature style has to do with comfort, first off, but it has to do with what works for you. What do you feel and look best in? Body shape, fashion style, your style. You can't love everything. You can love it, but it might not love you back. Colors, shapewear, and fabrics. Those are the 5 essentials. There are a lot of other things that go into that pot, but that's where we start. So tonight we're going to talk about sandals, and let me pre-warn you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Oh, she likes the color of my drapes. You know, we're always trying new things. What I want you to know and note as I present these slides to you, I'm giving you a variety, and the variety that I'm showing you mainly would be labeling you as dated. No matter how fashionable and how stylish they are, if that shoe isn't pizzazzy enough and spiffy enough for you, then it's not going to be the right shoe for you. Now, in my preamble, I mentioned very briefly my generation. I'm so happy to be old school, by the way. Let me just preach a little bit. So happy. Because yet, what I'm showing you tonight when it comes to shoes, it messed up a lot of women in my generation because we didn't have the technology that we have now. Now you can get a high heel and a sandal and every other type of shoe that's comfortable and stylish. You still have to hunt for them. You have to do your research, but you can find them and the right one for you. What's right for you will not be right for me, Phyllis. So we have to find the right one for us. And that you do like anything else. A little research, a little trying on, a little sampling here, there, and yonder, and then you'll get the right shoe. And when you find that shoe, 1, 2, or 3, you don't need more than that, different variety, different style, then buy that in every color that works for you, and that shoe will carry you everywhere. I'm not going to preference it by telling you what I like and what I don't like because that's not important. What's important is what you like and a shoe that you can wear that won't date you, won't have the younger, not that we really care, but we do. Let's get real. We don't want a shoe that's going to just people say, oh my God, she's wearing that shoe because it's comfortable, but it's the most horrific looking shoe you've ever seen. You don't want anybody to say that really. And there's no need. Not today with technology. So we're going to take a look at some shoes. And I want you to keep in mind that what I'm showing to you for a reason. And I'm going to be talking with you a little bit about shoes. Why summer sandals? Because sandals are comfortable. They allow your feet to breathe. They allow you to show off your beautiful little pedicure. And if you're wearing sandals and you're still in the business world, entrepreneurial, yours, working for a corporation, whatever it is, and if it's a corporation, kind of hard to wear a sandal. Yet there are dressy sandals, and we'll talk a little bit to that. Phyllis says, amen. Sandals, not Sandy. I like that. Bottom line, you want to fix and pick the right shoe for you. And that right shoe for you, depending on your lifestyle, your personality, and the other variables, your feet, your legs, your ankle. You can't wear everything. But when you find the right one, and sometimes take a girlfriend maybe who'll tell you the truth until you connect with me. Because when we do our workshops, and if you come aboard, and I'm hoping that you will, I'm going to tell you in love what works. Because that eye for knowing is just there. It's a God gift. And so I want you to start thinking now. I know I'm not going to go back to say this because everything is coming. It is coming. But I want you to start thinking about when you go into the shoe department and you look at the shoes, I want you to start thinking about, is this a shoe for me? And maybe it won't be. And by the way, my friend, before I get going here, if you have not signed up for your complimentary ebook, just put in the comments, style, STYLE, and that will come to you right away. Tag and invite your friends. I know you have friends who are interested in this type of a show as well as any other, and maybe more so. Style and signature style is such a personal thing. And fashion, when it comes to style, and we as women, we have a lot of issues around it. I get that. I had them myself. I understand. But let's get real and get to what works best for us. Type in the comments, style, and that ebook, shoe coming up, will be delivered to you. And as I mentioned before, if you've not signed up, if you're coming for the replay, type in #replay, and then I'll know that you were here because we are building here. And I want you to share the video if you can. You can share it everywhere, in all places, because people are interested, even those, for whatever reason, who can't go here. So now that I've covered pretty much everything, style with joy, your joy, we're going to talk a little bit about sandals. And as I speak to you about these sandals, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of sandals and what works best for you. So shall we go? All right, I'm starting off here. Now, as I begin to show you, I want you to think there's so many different varieties out there. There's a wedge, there's a thong, and we're going to talk about them in a different light towards the end. The gladiator, the lace up, the slip-ons, so many unique variations. You have to find the one that's right for you. Now this, my friend, I'm going to say this because very few people, other people who are into the business of image consulting and stylists are going to tell you this. Remember, this is not for the young woman. Because let me tell you what you already know. Young, we were all there once. You can wear almost anything and get away with it. It's a time for exploration. It's a time for adventure. Not that we lose it as we age, but it takes on a different hue. This shoe, for anyone, I'm going to bridge the gap here and say, let's say over 40, it'll age you before anything else. Now, this is a comfortable shoe. It has a cork heel, but it is not a spiffy, fashionable, stylish shoe for a mature woman. And if any of you disagree with me, oh, thank you, Phyllis. Love you for that. Amen, she says. Amen is right. I want you to, if you disagree, if I put a shoe up here and you don't think that because you know what? Life is about learning. It's about exchanging and sharing. I want you to put up, I like it, I don't like it, because pretty much what I'm starting off showing you are shoes that are not fashionable for the ageless woman who's looking for signature style. Now, here's a pretty little shoe, but it's an old lady shoe or a young girl. There's nothing wrong with the style of this shoe, and I don't have to tell you the heel, the height, and all of that. It's a great, great shoe. And if a woman doesn't give a hoot, it's a phenomenal shoe, but it's old. We're talking ageless, my friend, ageless and stylish. Now, here's a shoe that could go one or the other way, depending on the person, depending on the individual, the personality, the lifestyle, and all of that. This is in a snake print. It can be in any color and any type of leather or fabric or whatever, and you could possibly get away with it, but it is not the best shoe. Let me just come in here for now. A lot of women I have met, and you know, cannot wear a thong shoe, and I'll show you those towards the end. Anything that comes between the big toe and the toe next to the big toe, they can't wear it because it's uncomfortable. But my friend, allow me to share this with you. That used to be me, no longer, because now many of the shoe manufacturers, I'm not going to mention names here, I do that when we do our one-on-one, you are able to get a thong type shoe that's comfortable, that will not irritate you between the big toe and the next. But a lot of women still prefer this type of shoe that goes over the foot, like over the toe right here, and that's a possibility. But again, the most fashionable and the most stylish and the most spiffy type of shoe will be with the thong, but there are ways to be around that. And whatever you do, my ladies, please do not do the Velcro thing. That's really for happy senior citizens in assisted living homes, which all of us will be maybe at some point in time, but I'm hoping for at least another 20 years. This is one of the shoes. Now here's another, same type of shoe, more or less. Ah, good to know, good to know. Phyllis says she finally found one that she can wear that looks fashionable and stylish. Nothing wrong with these shoes. If you don't give a hoot and you don't care, then possibly. Now here's a shoe that has possibilities depending on the woman, her personality, her style, and how she's wearing this shoe. This is with the cork wedge, and it has little, let's say, design on the tab there. Not the best. Now I'm showing you this for a reason. This again, it's not a pretty shoe. It's just not. And if you think so, you let me too. You let me know, because I don't think it is. Here again, you have a thong between the toe and over the little toe, which a lot of women have an issue with. So that's why it's so important to shop and find the right shoe for you. You know, since the same type of shoe, you see this, except now you know that everything is sparkle, shine, and glow, glitz. And this is a glittery type of shoe. So a lot of women will opt for this shoe because if anything shiny and sparkly, it's always popular. But now it's like, woo, it's everywhere. And it's a good thing. Who doesn't like sparkle and shine? But a smidgen, a wee bit, depending on you and where you're at. Sandals are just comfortable, but comfort is good, but you got to find the right one for you. There's such a large selection out here. The right style for your feet and the right style for your comfort. Now, I put this one in here for a reason. It's simple. It's a very comfortable shoe. It has a brand name. I'm just not mentioning brand names as of yet. And point in time, I will, but not now. This is without the toe thong, so you can wear this and it's not an old looking shoe. It's not the best, most fashionable, but you wouldn't label this shoe. And this shoe comes in almost every color and different variations and styles. And it's a low heel if you don't want any height to your sandal. This you can get away with. Wouldn't be my first choice, but you can get away with it. And again, here, I'm showing you these shoes for a reason. This is not a fashionable and stylish shoe. Now, why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this? Because the wedges, the platform heels, and the espadrilles, the gladiators, very much in, always have been, and I don't think they're ever going to go away. Now, can you see a happy, ageless woman bouncing around in this shoe? You tell me. I doubt it. Young, great ability to move here, there, no worries. Yes. Not many of us, I don't think. And plus, I really don't think it's a pretty shoe. Do you? She says, I cannot, let me just put this up here. I think this is a very good point you're making, Phyllis. She says, I cannot wear slip-on sandals anymore. Phil, I'm going to fall out. That's a very good point. And I think that depends on the shoe and the style. I'm sure you've tried many, but there are some out there that might work for you, Phyllis, and at some point we can discuss that. Now, here's a shoe. Let me get rid of this. Here is a shoe that, oops. All right. I wanted to show you this for a reason. This is a very high heel. It's a sandal. Whether you like it or not, and whether you can wear this or not, it is a fashionable, stylish shoe, depending on the personality that's going into the shoe. Remember this, my friend, never ever forget this. You have the natural fashion stylist, the person who likes easy, comfortable, natural. You have the classic, you have the romantic, you have the chic and the dramatic. Now, the chic and dramatic can get away with this, but does that fit your personality, your legs and your feet? That's what you got to think about. To wear this for any length of time? I don't think so. Possible, because it is a spiffy kind of shoe. Here's the same type of shoe without the thong, but look at the heel and the wedge on that. I don't know about you, but I could stand in that maybe 5 minutes, maybe, and pose, but I don't think I'd be able to wear it. Yet if you can, if you got good, strong, hardy feet and legs, this is a shoe that will get you through and over. Why am I showing you this? Well, again, glitter. Remember what I said about glitter, sparkle, shine? It's in. Now here's a shoe that has, you can see lightly here in the back, a high heel. It's still considered a sandal. It's a little bit more stylish and dressy, but it's a very difficult shoe for many women to wear. An attractive shoe, but depending on a lot of variables. And here again, an espadrille. Not a toe thong through, but the different variations in the color and the shine, possible, a possibility. Now here's an interesting shoe, and I'm showing you this for a reason. This shoe has the elasticized bands across the arch, across the toe, so that it can fit your feet in a way where it can be more comfortable and you can stride in this shoe. And it's not old. It's not frumpy. It's not outdated. And this same shoe, by the way, I've seen with a lower heel. So just keep that in mind. Now here's a shoe. I think, Phyllis, you mentioned you can't wear slip-on. You slip in and out of them. I get that. I understand it. Here's a shoe, a brand name that's very, very popular. And this is a shoe that you see a lot of in a lot of places on a lot of women. A popular shoe. Depending on the color, the fabric, and how it's made, and what you're wearing it with, you can get away with this shoe without it being outdated, worn, and frumpy. Frumpy is a word that I don't think anybody wants to be applied to them. But it's not a very spiffy shoe. Spiffy is my new key word. Now here's a shoe, again, slipping in and out. This maybe not for you, Phyllis, but the coloration and the style, it has a little bit more pizzazz. Now, we're going into the toe thong. Why do sometimes it hurts, the toe thong and the thong shoe? Here is a shoe that's not considered outdated or old. And this shoe comes in every color, every fabric that you can think of. And it has a lot of possibilities. And because of the design and the way that it's made, it's not going to be a shoe that's going to be uncomfortable between your toes. This one, I'm sure most of you know, it's a popular shoe. Again, a toe, thong, sandal, and it can be stylish because it comes in so many different patterns and colors, but a lot of people can't wear it. I'm showing you this for a reason, because this, not only for young, it depends on you and the type of ankle and legs you have. This is a decorated shoe, sandal. Low, no heel height, but pretty. And depending on you and your fashion style and what you like, can be very, very attractive. Now, who likes bows? Phyllis says, no, no, no. I don't blame you, Phyllis. Now, here's a shoe. I don't know if I could see this shoe. Oh, I'm going to get slapped back into the whatever, but doesn't bother me in the least. I can't see a woman who's, let's say, 50 and over in this shoe. There's just something about it that just doesn't compute. Now, Ross says, the slip-on is very convenient, though I do prefer the thong. I do too as well, Ross. Aussie thong, but the shoes is not the only shoe. Okay, I get that. I really do. One of the things that happens here is that the thong, once you do your shopping and you find the right one for you, you know, like anything else, you got to do your homework. You got to shop around and get the different manufacturers who make these comfortable shoes and try on the different ones and walk around and see which ones feel right on you. I'm going to give you this little tidbit, and you can take it to the bank or you can throw it in the you-know-what. But in point of fact, this thong, not this one, but this type of shoe, when it's designed and cut right, will give you much more stylish appeal than any other style of sandal. Now, here's a sandal that's a thong shoe. It's a well-known brand name, and it is a comfortable shoe. That thong is designed in a way with whatever it's made of that it doesn't irritate you between the toe. And it's the heel height and the way it's designed, it conforms to your foot. Now, I've seen the same type of shoe, Phyllis, with a strap around the back so it can stay on your feet, and it looks current and it's popular. So you might want to start doing a little bit of research to look for a shoe like that, because that type of shoe will give you more style. Because every one of you that's here, and thank you for being here, you're interested in style. You want your own style, you want to be comfortable, and you want something that doesn't date you, but lifts you up and makes it a little bit more for you. Oomph is my new word. I get a new word every week. But the bottom line is, nobody wants to be outdated, frumpy, and not up to par. But yet, there's too much out here in the stratosphere that is not geared for the mature, stylish woman. And that's the woman we're going for because we need the help. And we can look as spiffy and be as hot and sexy, a phrase that those of you who know me, you know I love that phrase because sexy is in the mind, it's not in the body and all that other stuff. Yet men have conditioned us that we don't want to go there. But Phyllis says, I can wear these. It's the other slip. I can't. Okay, get it. Oh, ons. What does this mean? What does that mean? Ons, not IBS. What does that mean, Phyllis? You're speaking a language I don't get, but that's okay. You'll tell me. You'll explain it to me. One of the things, I'm going to skip back through these very quickly. I think maybe you meant this one. That's a good looking shoe. That's a good looking shoe too for a young girl. I can't see this on a mature woman. But let me preference this by saying this though. Much of what I've shown you because it's outdated and it's not the right shoe for a mature woman. But let me just say this. It doesn't matter the age, the body shape, the height, the color, none of that. If you have the personality and the pizzazz to carry anything off, then you do it. There is nothing written in stone that says you can't wear this shoe or the one that went before it. If you really like it and it appeals to you and is speaking to you and you put it on and it boom, up a little bit, then you can wear that shoe. We're talking about signature style. So it means that it's going to be different for everybody. All righty. I don't know which way I'm going here. I think I'm going the wrong way, but that's okay. I'm just going back through these so that you can see briefly what they are. And the only thing I want you to think about here and now in this is that you want to, oh, don't you love these? It wouldn't let me type on. It corrected. Let me just get out of here and address that, Phyllis. I know what you mean. Oh, this shoe here. Don't ever wear this. This is such an old shoe, isn't it, guys? It's such an old shoe. That one you can get away with. And the others here. And this one, oh my goodness. So old. Nothing wrong with old. Nothing wrong with old. We're all getting there, one way or the other. Even those who are 18, 19. Everybody gets there. But this shoe. Every time I look at this shoe. But let me just say this. It wouldn't let me, I want to address this. I don't know what it is. It wouldn't let me type ONS, it corrected itself. I don't know what it is, but lately, this week especially, I don't know, Phyllis, if it's the computer, the system, or what it is, because you know that I don't have the technical skills. Something about whatever you're typing, it changes itself, or it scoots out, or it blocks itself out, or comes back later and it's slow. I don't know what it is, but it's driving me bunkos. So if you're saying that that's what that's doing, then maybe it's in the system itself. Maybe it's Chrome or Google or whatever it is. But anyway, that's good to know. Guys, the bottom line here is this. Sandals are good and they're comfortable. And what you want is to find the right shoe for you that's comfortable. And you need at least 3. You need a flat. You need one with a little bit of a heel height. And one that's maybe a little higher that you can wear when you need to go somewhere where it's a little bit more dressier. And if you do the right shoe, and we'll talk about all of this in the workshops, you can find the right shoe for you. And whether it's a thong or a crossover, doesn't matter. You want to find the right style for you, and you want it to be pretty, and you want it to be stylish, and you want it to be attractive, and you want it to be your shoe. It's got to fit you. And once you find that shoe, you buy that shoe in every color that you can afford to buy it in. Because the first thing that you want to look for, you need the variety in the 3 different types. And I like to start off with 3. 3 and 5s are my numbers. And then you want the comfort. And aesthetically, it has to appeal to the eye so that nobody will look over when you're sitting there with your legs together or crossed and say, oh, God, what horrible looking old shoes. Nobody wants that. If you want a pair of shoes to wear around the house and thump around, and that's fine. But if you are out here in the business world, even though you're doing your own business, you want a shoe that speaks to your presence. And this is what we talk about more than style. It's about your presence and what you want to project. How stylish do you want to be and how important is it to you? Some people don't care. That's okay. But if you care, You need to be a little bit more mindful about the shoe, especially the sandal, and the shoes too as well. And at some point in time, we'll talk about handbags, because you don't want that old lady's handbag. Nothing wrong with old lady, but you don't want the old lady's handbag. Get the difference? There's a big difference. I don't see, okay, it would let me say, okay, I got it. Let me say this. Tomorrow night, whatever you're doing, my friend, please drop by tomorrow night. Put in that if you can't, that you'll watch the replay so that I'll know that you were there. My loyal and faithful, I always know that you do this. But this lady tomorrow is a hoot. You like that expression? It's an old expression, but I like it. She's coming to us with a lot of good, powerful information. And it's all about soul work, but she has something that she's going to, I was attracted to her because of this button that she has. It's called the naughty button, because within all of us is a little bit of magic, greatness, and naughtiness. Yes, there is. All of us, every last one of us. And she is just fun, interesting, and a totally different outlook on so much of everything. And some of the things, yay, some of the things, but you're going to love her. That I promise you. So drop by tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and spend some time with Teresa and myself, because it's going to be fun. She's going to be sharing a lot with you about her journey, how she got, the whole spiel, and you'll enjoy it. I promise you that. In the meantime, get out, because we're going into summer really, really very soon. Look down at those feet, that pedicure. Make sure that your shoes speak to your energy and your vibe, and they're comfortable, but yet pretty for you. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure the shoe is, number one, comfortable, number two, pretty, and that you can have a couple of other styles that fit in that realm with those first two things, and you'll be great to go for the summer. It's always good to see you here. Always good to have you here. Phyllis, I love what you're about and what you're doing. I keep up to your posts, and the same for you, Roz. I know how difficult it is at this time, but I know that many of you also watch the replay, and I'm grateful for that. Do what you have to do. Have a great evening, and tune in tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you there. And share this video out wherever you can. Thank you, Phyllis. I see that you said that you did that. Sharing is great, and then let your friends know to join us on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights if you can. Great to see you. Have a good evening, day. I never know, because we think global wherever we are. I know my Roz is in Australia and it's morning there. Be well and take care. See you soon, like tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Same page, same station. Bye-bye. Cheers.